Kalimera, Kalispera, whatever time you're watching, this is Mappa Live. I'm Stel, Thassos here with me.
Live.
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
And it's another podcast which we don't really want to be doing purely because of everything that has occurred in the last 24 hours. It is another again, just I'm going to find the thesaurus and just find another word for another dark night in Cypriot football. We started doing this podcast with a lot of positivity and talking about the game, talking about the players, the type of goals, and obviously the funny situations. Amir Varda giving us endless humor, but we also cover the dark side of Cypriot football. And this time last week, Thassos and I were subjected to a lot of abuse online. Me mostly, to be honest. You got away with it. You got away with it because we dared report the truth. Am I fair in saying that?
I think so. Yeah.
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 And listen, I'll be honest with you and everyone watching. We've always said if you want to come on the show and give your opinion and get involved in our conversations, we're more than welcome to talk. I mean, I've got no problem with it. I have no issue with it. And I asked a couple of people, and one of them said he doesn't want to get involved, even though he was by talking about it. And the other one says we don't have any credibility. Well, we've got a Premier League champion doing a podcast for us. I think that's kind of credible. I'm just saying, it's all well and good hiding behind the screen. But anyway, so what I'm going to do on this live, I'm going to put the StreamYard link here if anyone wants to join us. We're going to do our review, and then we're going to talk about what happened last night. And we will take people if they want to talk to us. We've got no problem with it. What do you reckon, Thassos?
I reckon that's going to be an interesting idea.
Well, some people like to put their balls on the table because they got balls. Other people will just hide behind the screen. But that's fine. That's fine. Anyway, shall we go with the match review, my friend? Sorry, how are you? Sorry.
Apologies. Oh, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I don't know if people noticed. I'm going to go back to last night for a second, but I don't know if people noticed. But I was posting shit on Twitter at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I was proper like fucking pricks and doing that. But yeah, interesting times. But apart from that.
By the way, sorry to interrupt. Talk about credibility. Davor just liked our tweet, by the way, that we're live. Credibility. Macedonian internationals, yeah? Just saying. Just saying. Macedonian international or someone behind the screen? I don't know. Carry on. Sorry, I mean one of those moves.
No, I mean, it's fine. Ruslan is live as well. There he is. We've also got somebody who's been waiting for this since last night at 7:32.
Yeah, we're here. Sorry for the lateness. Lateness is greatness. Lateness is greatness. Here we go. Here we go. So
get them all on there. Get them all on there. I'll tell you what.
Second live one day.
Even with what went on last night, we've got a good old tasty meal to put on for you.
There you go. And you can get your grub from foodfromcyprus.com, our sponsor. There you go.
Yeah,
we've got that one out of the way. Let's get straight into the review then. And the first game, it's almost like a million years ago, wasn't it? Salamina beating Garmiotissa by a goal to 0. Miguelito with the winner. Salamina, you could safely say that they're going to be mid-table fodder this season, isn't it? They'll survive. They won't go down.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they're doing very well. They're getting lots of points against the teams below them. They're getting points against teams above them sometimes as well. It's just not enough based off of what everybody else above them's doing. It's a little bit like what happened last season. They're so close. They just need to do that last step, and they'll get there. We'll see. I can talk about some news around the game. Might be a bit more interesting rather than the game itself. The game wasn't great, really. Miguelito came off the bench, and basically as soon as he came off, he scored.
Just
That was basically it. Garmiodisa signed Alexander Pavlovets,
interesting.
year-old centre-back who's been at a
Who
few
that?
Belarus, Rostov and Orenburg in Russia, Golos Kovalivka.
What?
That's the team apparently. Golos Kovalivka. Varta Poznan.
Golos Gollifa.
Yeah, might as well be. Golos Kovalivka. Kovalivka. And Lamia in Greece. His picture that they put up for him to announce his arrival to
Yes.
to the Bolemivka, fantastic. In front of a bunch of number plates. That's probably what they're going to go stick on his car that they've rented for him. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's Ruslan there in the background, just chucking number plates there.
Yeah.
Ripping them off cars and chucking them there, innit?
That's it. Somebody sent Ruslan a WhatsApp on that phone, and he's showing up with the number plates. Yeah.
We love him really.
Yeah. Now we also
should have signed Kolos. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is why we don't go live.
Exactly. Yeah. I've lost my train of thought though. Even though I've got my notes right here. They're right here. Right. Now Salamina have also announced the signing. One Manuel Guanini. Sorry, that was one the number. His first name's not one. His first name is Manuel.
Yeah, but it's Salamina, so I would be surprised if there's a percentage in there as well. Apostrophe.
But they also announced him. They announced him wearing a Newell's Old Boys shirt. But he hasn't played for him since July 2021. Like he's actually been at 2 teams since that picture was taken. So solo Salamina.
Is that his Wikipedia photo, by the way?
I don't know. I should probably check that.
I bet it's his Wikipedia photo.
I'll check right now.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's his Wikipedia photo.
Manuel Guanini.
He's gonna find him.
It sounds like a sandwich as well.
Oh,
let's have a look. No, he doesn't have a picture.
Oh.
No picture. Yeah. There we go. Anyway. Next. That's pretty much it for those 2 teams.
Sorry, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Next.
Trying to keep it up.
Ruslan's Isle drew 1-1 after going a goal up against Ethnigo Akhna. That was the final game for Tony Koskela.
Yep.
Another sacking for Isle, a club that is in disarray on and off the field. Bogadinov, our mate, was too busy trying to flip the player rather than the burger.
Yeah, he seems to keep doing that, doesn't he? It's like every other week he seems to have something to do with a penalty or a sending off.
Yep.
Yeah.
That by the way, that's one of the greatest pre-assists I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's a really, really good pass, isn't it?
I mean, he went for the volley.
Yeah. Yeah.
He meant to shoot. I don't care what anyone says. He meant to shoot that. Look at that. That's going on target. Oh wait, no. They're checking for the offside, by the way. He was on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Easy.
I'm not taking that as a pass. I'm sorry. Anyone tells me that he meant that. And this is what happened at full time when you had a few fans going on the pitch. That was kind of the warm-up for midweek, wasn't it? A few Isle fans coming on the pitch and having a go at the players.
Yep, pretty much. I mean, there was a guy. Yeah, there's the guy with the megaphone. He was yelling about Wednesday. Something happened on Wednesday that he was looking forward to, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, he was yelling about Wednesday
with the megaphone in his hand.
Yeah, and all the players stood there. Tony Koskela kind of stood around as well, and that was it basically, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fans not happy. And then a day later, Koskela gets shown the door.
Yeah, but the thing is, what I think at full time there was Gida. They reported that he was on his way out anyway.
Yeah.
And I messaged a friend of mine that's an agent, and I said, yeah, Koskela's leaving, and he goes, no surprise. And this is one of the agents that was involved in some transfers with IL in January, which didn't go through because personal terms. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh, okay. I'll delete that bit in the notes then. Won't say that bit. But yeah, in essence, Koskela, he had a bad run of form because they played like 4 top 6 teams in a row. They lost all 4 of those games, and then the draw with Achna basically was the straw that broke the camel's back, because IL really needed to beat Ethnikos really to get that keep the motivation, keep the psychology, the momentum, get some kind of momentum in the team.
Make Roslan smile.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't happen. So another face on that this is Mappa image that we always put up. It's getting full now, isn't it? How many is there now on that?
Oh, now you're asking a question. Now I'm gonna have to find it up for the love of
because
honor.
I mean it happened like 3 years ago. Not compared to what's gone on this week. So
hold on a second. I got it. Here we go.
Yeah, there it is.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
I'm lucky.
13. We're gonna need a bigger room, mate. We're gonna need a bigger room.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of these people show up twice on this list.
Yes.
I'm looking at a couple of these and going, you're not gonna be there for long.
I think I'm just gonna put a number on top of their head. I'm not gonna put their face on again. I'm just gonna put a number on top of their head, like when you're playing, I don't know.
Oh
FIFA,
yeah, times 2. Yeah, x2. Yeah. I mean, you could have it where you could see like their faces develop over the season, especially somebody like Sofroni last season. He had 3 jobs, didn't he? So...
True. What do you mean, like the evolution thing where you got
exactly
the gorilla and then going through to the
fresh face to start the season. Then you get a bit of some bags, and then at the end of the season, when they've been sacked for the 3rd time, they're like this.
No, I don't think that's Sofroni, to be honest. He's made enough money from sackings. He's probably living the high life right now. He's probably gone to the north, to the casinos. We're spending most of his time there,
No comment. No comment.
No, I'm not saying that he is. I just said maybe, probably. Never know.
They've got the casino down. They've got the casino Le Maison now, man.
Yeah, but it says no cats allowed.
Can
you imagine him like playing, I don't know, roulette? The passion merchant doing his roulette.
Oh yeah, but he's just
51.
He's gonna put it all in on red. That's what he's gonna do. No plan B.
Number 9, because the cats have 9 lives. Next.
But yes. So hold on. So Koskela's been sacked. He's been replaced, and he's been replaced by Alexis Karpozis. Watermelon Alex, as I like to call him. Alex. Yeah. So he goes into the IL job the same way Haralambos did last season, didn't he? The exact same way.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
So I'll sack the 2nd manager of the season. So,
well, you got to think, every time they sack a head coach, they must put out an advert to bring in a coach for the under-19s, just in preparation, kind of like.
They must do. I don't know. But yeah.
Have you seen who is now working at IL, by the way?
Simos Krasas is there.
Who else?
You're going to tell me, and I'm going to be shocked, I guess.
Well, who did we have on the pod that used to work for IS? who was working at Ayers at the time, and we interviewed him on the pod in the summer.
Was it Costa?
Yep.
Oh, right. Okay.
He's at Ireland now.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Interesting stuff.
Yep.
Interesting. Well, so all change at IL.
He got the joke, by the way. He got the joke.
Good.
He got the joke.
Good. I didn't get it. Sorry, guys. What?
Nothing.
Okay. All right. Fine.
No, you live in France now, so you don't listen to British music or any pop. You listen to.
Non, man. Non, je ne regrette rien. All that business. But yeah. So
the woman that does the Andrew Tate song, isn't she French?
Is an Andrew Tate song?
Yeah, like his Top G mute song.
I don't know, man. I don't talk to me about stuff that happened 10 years ago. Don't talk to me about stuff.
No, sorry, Karen. Sorry. I'm in one of those moods tonight, as you can tell.
So, I'll also sign some players, or a player specifically. Yes.
Yeah.
Georgi Minchev. Georgi Minchev, striker from Bulgaria. Yeah,
okay.
That's it. Bulgarian Georgi Minchev. He played for Litex Lovech, CSKA Sofia, Lokomotiv Plovdiv, and Riga and Auda in Latvia.
Okay.
90. So he's got 90 goals and 20 assists in 258 games. There you go.
Do you know what? I'm sorry to sound crass.
Choice. He was second choice. So
I'm sorry to sound crass, but if he has a similar reputation to our Egyptian friend that was over in Cyprus, could we say that Minchev likes the minge?
Minchev. Yes, very good. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm so glad we're live, so you can't edit this crap.
I don't care. We're not credible, mate. So we can say what we want.
Exactly. Credible. Yeah, exactly. Right, but yes. So Ethnikos have also signed a player. Since we mentioned Ethnikos, so a Uruguayan attacking midfielder called Nicolas Mezquita.
Okay.
After he was released from Maldonado in Uruguay. He's played for a bunch of teams in Uruguay, and then also Lillestrøm and Brann in Norway, and Vancouver and Colorado in the US, and Volos in Greece.
Right. Okay.
He also searches for his name on Twitter, because as soon as I posted it, I got a like from him, even though I didn't tag him.
Nice. Very nice.
I thought that was a weird one, but yeah. And that's all the Ireland Ethnikos news that we've got.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you everyone for remaining with us. They're still waiting for the main event, but we're gonna go into that just a bit.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to blast through them so we can get to the screaming.
Yeah. Okay. On to the next. Who is the next? Oh yes, Apollon beat Doxa by 3-0. It's going downhill for Doxa again, isn't it, mate? They seem to have a bit of a renaissance, but then Malakides, who again is turning into prime Gareth Bale, gave him the lead. Valbuena made it 2. And,
beautiful goal.
Sorry, Alex. Alex. You don't stop those, son.
You do not stop those.
And that one was a bit of a difficult one as well, to be fair. But it is what it is. Easy victory for Apollon. I don't know what I can tell you about this game that has any relevance to anything. In all fairness, it was a simple victory for them, hardly threatened. And again, I think we need to go and talk about Doxa, how they're just slumping even more. They're already bottom anyway. But we thought that they could salvage something, but then they came to the Gazipi and got absolutely pumped, and they've gone downhill since. Yeah,
I mean, they're probably looking at these games against Apollon or Monia. Any team that's going to be challenging for the top 6, they're kind of just looking at it and going, we'll just work some stuff out, change some tactics about. There's no point playing the game, and then looking to those games against your Othellos, your Ayers, your Garmiodissa to get the points. Basically, they did the same kind of thing last season anyway, didn't they? They were in the relegation zone for however long, and then the relegation playoff started, and they started getting points from nowhere. So it's I think they're gearing themselves up for the same thing. I just need to say, just for the people that are listening rather than watching, go look for that Valbuena goal. It's a lovely little baguette of a goal. But yeah, Loxa have signed a player.
Another one?
They've now
DJ Khaled. Another one.
They have now reached the maximum 4 that they can have for transfers in. They've signed Omar Hani, the ex-Apoel player. So the first half of the season, he was at Gabala in Azerbaijan, and he played against Omonia in the Europa League qualifiers. In the 2 games, he managed to get 2 assists for Kabbalah. So, he knows how to turn it on for against Omonia. The rest of the season, he only got 2 more assists in 18 other games. But still, he's back in Cyprus. Omar Hani is back in Cyprus. The other thing that happened for Apollon this week, and nothing else happened for them, they had Pablo Machin was supposed to go somewhere.
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
There was news came out of Spain. Everybody in Spain was reporting that he was going to go to Cadiz. And then he had to rush out a statement saying that, no, I'm staying in Cyprus and I'm staying until the end of my contract next season. Of course.
That's what you think.
Of course.
That's what you think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But of course, he only did that once I posted about it on Twitter. So.
Oh, so you rattled him.
I rattled him. That's what that is.
Okay.
I also rattled a few Apollon fans with that because they kind of picked that up and were like, I think somebody actually just responded underneath saying Fausa, which I thought was fucking hilarious. So I reposted it because I think it's fantastic.
Do you know what? I'm not trying to be funny here, right? Because obviously I follow Premier League Twitter. I see these Premier League accounts and you see the comments and the replies. But Cyprus football Twitter is the most unhinged.
I love it.
You report the news. Mm-hmm. You say this is you're taking it from a website.
Yeah.
You're taking it from a website.
Exactly.
And they're like, you're flipping this, you're that. I'm just reporting what they said. It don't make no sense.
Listen, I love it.
Stel is loving it. By the way, Stel is loving his musical references today. I could have turned around and said, when you mentioned Honey, I could have mentioned the Mariah Carey song, but I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
But yeah, there you go. So nothing else happened at Apollon this week either. That was it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
We done?
Yep. Next one.
On to the next. And our mate, Mr. Farage, not the right-wing politician, Imad Farage came off the bench to score the winner for AEK against Buffalo. What I love about the goal, he was standing there waving his hand in the air for about 5 seconds. Give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. And they actually played it to him. Would you Adam and Eve it? They actually played the final ball accurately in the box, unlike other clubs. None mentioned.
Wow. Are you going to ask me about Bafos' chances of winning the title this week or not?
No,
of course you're not. No, you only ask me when they win a game, yeah?
Okay.
They hit the bar. They hit the bar again. I watched this game. They hit the bar again, and they lose again to a top 6 team. Listen, you can beat as many bottom 8 teams as you want, 4 or 5-0. You can dick them as much as you want. If you don't get results versus top 6 teams, if you want European places, never mind the title. If you want European places, you're not going to get them. But yeah, Ajax win again. Ben Shimon hasn't lost in 9 games, and he's only drawn 1 game as well. So he's using that psychology well, isn't he?
He's the Sam Allardyce of
He's
Cypriot football.
He's
Big Shim.
He's doing the business. Big Shim.
You just imagine him standing there training with a pie.
Re.
Up in a Guinness.
What? His name is around Ben Shimon, man. It's Big Ben.
Big Ben. Oh, there you go. There you go. Big
but
Ben.
Yes.
See?
Ajax have finally done some business in the transfer window. They've got rid of friend of the pod, at least for joke purposes, Riccardo Gagliolo. Remember, I think
yeah,
pretty much the one reason I remember him in particular was because of the Digini's first goal for Ajax, where he got done 3 times during the same thing. But yeah,
it was literally a moment where you just want to get up that meme where he goes, "Oh my god!" And he was like a fish out of water, wasn't he? He was like this, flapping around.
And what's really weird as well, right? So he's 33 years old. He's putting performances like that for Ajax, and Ajax sold him for 100,000 euros to Ascoli.
Wow! Okay, well done. Well done.
Listen, Xavi Roca, he knows what he's doing in the transfer business. He knows what he's doing.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Yep.
So, yes,
Next.
Farage, not Nigel. Yeah, you're right, not Nigel.
Exactly.
Not Nigel. There we go. Right, next game. Ari beating Anorthosis by 2 goals to 1. Well. Ari, they're now second place, 4 points behind Abuel, and this is Ari without Bambika, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Their own Semedo came on, and good victory for Ari. Although some Anorthosis fans online weren't too pleased with some things, right?
Is that right?
Yeah, and this is the performance, or just I don't know.
I'd
have to go through Twitter to see, but anyway.
Okay. I didn't see anything specific as such.
I'll find it and I'll send it to you.
I think some fans were a bit pissed that Chico time wasn't put on, that he was left on the bench, because they thought that he would have been a useful addition to the team to kind of break down the Aris defense a bit more.
Yeah, or maybe they're trying to make an example of him because he's
as they should.
Yes, of course.
As they should, because you don't go disappearing for 2 weeks without telling anyone what you're doing. But yeah, Gassama can't stop scoring, even though Anorthosis lost the game. But yeah, the second goal, especially Aris' second goal, basically proved Anorthosis need to work on their defense. As soon as we say something positive about Anderson Correa, like we did last week, he goes and drops a prime Anderson Correa performance, which proving once again how it's impossible for Getsbayer to keep picking him, yet he keeps doing it. Like that second goal, it's the ball goes over the top, and he just watches it go by. Like he almost waves at it as it goes over him.
Yep.
Yeah, but
do you know what I find absolutely incredible? How out of all these games that we've discussed, have we ever once seen Getsbayer in the stands for any of these games? Usually they have the cameras panning round and they might pan to I don't know, a kid eating popcorn or whatever, you're going to see Ketspire somewhere. So even the head coach of the Cypriot national team doesn't attend games. How can he complain? It doesn't make no sense.
He might attend games. He's just sat in the VIP boxes where you can't get the cameras.
Yeah,
in.
true. But surely one camera would have spotted him. Guys, if you're watching and you've seen Ketspire at a game or even in somewhere, you know, I just let us know. So at least we know that he attends games and he pays attention because.
And if you do see him at a game, tell him I said he's got no balls.
We could do
and
that.
then send him the clip of me saying that like 40 times in a row.
Yeah. It's better if he was here. He would have been shown somewhere. If not on camera, it would be a photo. He's nowhere to be found. He's a clicks provider. No show, no clicks. There you go.
There you go.
Clickbait Ketspire. There's another game that we would discuss, but I haven't got any footage of it because it ended 0-0. And it was Omoni against Ayers. I said what I had to say on No Choftes. I said what I had to say in the analysis.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you say what you want to say about this one, my friend.
The notes are empty because there was nothing to fucking talk about. There was nothing to talk about. Sorry, guys. I don't know if it's just like Ayers seem to turn up against you, or the players don't turn up against Ayers. But yeah, Ayers played well. Omonia played crap. Draw. That's just the way it is.
Mate, do you know what? I'm gonna briefly touch on something I mentioned in the analysis I did for the members in the members area, right? How Ayers got their tactical fouls down patted, and there were numerous occasions where Omonia players were kicked, and they were just normal fouls, anyway, nothing malicious, but the lack of team spirit and fights. It really infuriated me, and it goes back to again that interview that I did with Eric Botiak for the members on No Choftes, by the way. Eric was saying that when he was at the club, you know, at Huber-Chan, Lufner, etc., and whenever there was the need for aggression, you knew which players would stand up, the leaders. And it doesn't look like this Omonia team has got any leaders. I'm sorry, with the exception of maybe Kusula, the rest of them, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I'd say Fabiano is, but he's in goal. What's he going to do? He's not going to be running 40 yards to you know. But
Bogadinov does it. Why can't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Bogadinov's just running to invite the referee to his next barbecue.
Yeah, that's what. But I see where you're coming from with this, because you do see it sometimes. It's like, especially if the game's not going well for Omonia, the players kind of, after a certain amount of time, you can almost see them kind of go like, I'm not fucking playing anymore, then I'm going home. Which you shouldn't be doing at a professional level, guys, you know. The things I did want to bring up about the game are around the game. So obviously there's been some transfers, and you know, this is the first chance for you to talk about the 2 transfers that happened today.
Yeah. Well, one today, one last night.
So Stepinski was last night, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, well, okay. Here's your chance.
Okay, so I'm gonna start from the beginning here, because last summer there was a rumor that Stepinski was on Omonia's radar, and I have a contact that was working at Hellas Verona at the time, and I messaged him. I said, "Is there any truth?" And he goes, "Look, Omonia interested, Ari interested. It's likely he's going to go to Ari because he was there last season. He knows the club, and you know they're going to be trying to fight for the Champions League to get into the Champions League." I thought nothing of it. Fine. So he ended up going to Ari at the beginning of the season. Fast forward to yesterday evening. I think it was you messaged me saying, "Oh, Omonia after Stepinski." I was like, this has got to be nonsense. Yeah. So again, I sent a few messages, and I spoke to a friend that's an agent, and I says, "What do you know about Stepinski?" And he goes, "Well, I've got friend that is talking to Omonia about Stepinski because he's working for the agency. I was like, well, keep me posted. And the moment it was done, he messaged me. And that was, what time was it there? 8:30, 9 o'clock UK time last night. So I just put it out there. He's going to join Omonia. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately, no one was shouting at me like they normally do. You don't know what you're talking about. And I even put it in the Discord saying Stepinski done, and everyone was cool about it, in all fairness. And lo and behold, he was announced. Now, for the signing itself, I've seen a lot of bile and vitriol on social media from Omonia fans saying, oh, this wasn't the signing that we wanted. What kind of a scouting team is this? Yada, yada, yada. The fact is, he can hold up the ball. He can score goals. He's good in the air. He's experienced in Cyprus. Funny that when a player is experienced in Cyprus, and he isn't flavour of the month, he's rubbish. But if it's a coach that's flavour of the month and experienced in Cyprus, he's great.
So, stat-wise, he's got 30 goal involvements in 84 games.
Yeah.
Not numbers to, they're not crazy numbers, they're not.
No.
But they're good numbers.
Put it this way: if you ask any Omonia fan at the beginning of the season, name 5 strikers in the Cypriot league that you would have at your club, who would you name? They'd say Kokorin. They'd say Kokorin. They'd say, some would even say Kvilitaya. Some would say Kvilitaya.
Okay.
Some would say Jairo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who else would they say?
They'd
say Stepinski. Yeah, but they would say Stepinski.
Yeah.
They would say Stepinski. And a player that's 28 years old,
mm-hmm.
yeah, 28 years old. Okay, his injury record hasn't been great. I'm not going to lie. It hasn't been great. But when he's fully fit, you know what you're going to get from him. You know exactly what you're going to get from him. And he's going to be the focal point. He's not going to be coming off the bench. He scored twice against us in the league, mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, he scores goals.
Goals.
I don't have any issue with him coming into the club. To be honest, I like him anyway. I've liked him since he was in Serie A. I think he spent a bit of time at Nantes. Was it Nantes in France as well? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Did not write that down.
I don't know. Here you go. On it. On paper, he's a very good signing. Hopefully, he stays fit. Pedro says 9:03. Is that the time I put it down there, Pedro? Okay, Nantes. Is it Nantes?
Yep. Yeah, we've got Nuremberg in Germany, Nantes, Chievo Verona, Hellas Verona, Lecce. Yeah, so he's joined some teams as well.
Well, look, you're not a crap player if you play for teams like those, because clearly they're a higher level than most Cypriot teams, if not all Cypriot teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think his injury record has let him down. That being said, comes into this team, you know that you're going to have players around you that are going to try and be creative, should I say. I think it's a no-brainer.
Yep.
It's a no-brainer, in all fairness. And we don't even know how much the club paid for. I mean, there's reports that it was 300 grand. I don't know. Unless it's because what I was told is that the club wanted to release him because he was on loan at Ari. I think that Hellas Verona wanted to release him, and he was going to be on 300k a year. I think anyway. But Ari also had an option to sign him, but clearly they obviously didn't want him because maybe they've got someone else in mind. Anyway, so there's that. I can't complain about Stepinski. There's talk about Hamas coming in, which again I've got no issue with. The guy, okay, he's had a long injury, but he's a very good left back. He's at a good age. He's won the title. He can cross a ball. He can shoot. I think he's an upgrade on Lesiaks. Lesiaks is probably going to go to Greece by the look of it.
Yeah.
And Bakic, I don't know anything about. So
I've got some stats. He's got 147 appearances, 42 goals and 26 assists.
He played in Estonia for a bit, I think.
Estonia and Belarus.
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting one because he's 24, 25?
25. 24. 24.
24. And has he represented his national team at any level?
I did not write that down in the notes. I got it on Twitter, but not on. Not in the
Boo.
notes.
Well, look, clearly he's another player that's at a decent age. We know that strikers peak 28, 29. So he comes to the club. Let's say he gets 8 or 9 goals in his first season, like for example next season. Gets into the Montenegro national team because I don't know.
He has. I remember reading that he made his debut with Erakovic.
Right. Okay.
So they debuted for the national team in the same game.
Okay. Fair enough. So don't tell me it's another Besedin situation where we signed the player to be babysitting another player from the same country.
This guy's stats. He's not a tree. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a log.
No.
24 years old, 5 appearances for the national team. Well, see, this is the other thing, right? That I know what they're doing in the sense that he's an international player. So if he goes on international duty, the club's going to make money with him being away on international duty.
He was a free transfer as well, so anything they do with him.
There you go.
Yeah.
And if he does well, because we've seen these obscure nations cause some upsets in Europe, there's a chance that he might score a winning goal against France. I don't know, just using France because you're in France. And everyone will be like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? He plays in Cyprus. And then they can make all these video compilations of him. And then his price tag will go up on Transfermarkt because someone that works at Transfermarkt, that's doing all the data, works with either the agent of the player or knows someone at the club, and they bump up the value. I know how these things work. Anyway, that's it.
Yeah.
So that's all I've got to say.
Okay. So one more thing to talk about as well. AES moved some players around. They've got Eric Sabor from Anorthosi, and they also sold Fostave Mabani.
Okay.
Apparently, he played for AES at some point this season, but either way, they sold him to Franck Borin in the second division in Belgium. But yeah, he sold him for a fee. There's a question mark on Transfermarkt marked about how much they paid, how much they sold him for, but they've sold him for something. So, yeah, there you go. And that's it.
Very interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Happy days. Right, let's move on.
Yes.
Let's move on. I think we've got one more game. Yeah. Yay. Yay.
Ooh.
Yay. Your team won 6-0 against Ostello. Yay.
Inject it.
Inject
it. It could have been a cricket score, this, man. I don't know.
It was.
Oh, sorry. More of a like more of a cricket score.
It was. And
even Wilson scored. Fucking Wilson.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah.
Well, listen, at the end of the day, it's a squad game, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you guys were rampant rabbits. You know, you had the batteries on charge, plugged them in.
Yep.
Rampant rabbits.
Nothing negative from me. Fucking rabbits. Yeah. Nothing negative from me for the team for once. I don't have a bad word to say. Everything worked fine. I mean, even the fact that the week that they had, obviously, you know, with stuff that happened the week before, you know, losing to Achna and then in the cup, you'd think that motivation would be going down. Yeah, boo, yeah. What are you booing?
See, I'm willing to put up these messages from my boy listeners. I've got no problem with it. I've got no problem with it.
What are you booing for? I'm right, you know. But yeah, as all credit to Dominguez, Moraes, and in some cases Sapinto as well, because he takes training. But yeah, as they can take that result and skyrocket. Hopefully, that gets them going. try and put a bit more of a gap between us and the rest of the teams in the league.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
If you guys go on to win the league title, who deserves more credit? The head coach or the number 2?
Number 2.
Right. Do you think there's a chance? And I'm playing devil's advocate here. Is there a chance that Sapinto might say bye-bye and Dominguez will stay?
I've been saying that since like the first 4 games of Sapinto
No,
being
I'm asking.
banned.
You've been saying. I'm asking. I'll put it to the viewers as well. I'll put it to the viewers.
Yeah, I've been saying that since Sapinto got banned. All of a sudden, he gets banned. Team starts playing calmer. There isn't as much fucking going on with the team, and they start getting some proper results. So for me, it's Sapinto, right? Might be a good coach on the training pitch, right? And he's the one that's leading the training, yeah. But on the pitch, in the game, it seems to be Dominguez and Moraes who are running stuff during the game. So there you go. I think, yeah. Exactly. Sorry. There's another comment
this
there.
one. If Pinto was in the Salamina game, would have been banned for the rest of the year, and I've already got rid of him. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
Well, according to the Cyprus Coach Association, Sapinto won Coach of the Month twice or being in the stands. Yeah, you're right. We spoke about this.
So I'm gonna leave it there like that. I'm not gonna push on it more and get more Abuel fans on me. But yeah, I think it's Dominguez and his game management that's winning these games for Abuel rather than Sapinto in training. But I guess we'll see when he comes back.
Yes. And speaking of, well, I want to. I don't know if you got this in the notes because I haven't checked it, to be honest. But you mentioned coming back. Shall we talk about going? Because Gabriel,
I have got it in the notes. Yes, Gabriel has gone to He's gone to Zulte Waregem. It's gone. It's happened. Basically everything went quiet for a couple of weeks, and then just bish bash bosh, Abuel announced he's gone, and Zulte Waregem within about 15 minutes were like, "We've got him! Yay!" It's been reported that the transfer is 300,000 euros, so that's about half of the value of the stuff that they need to pay for the embargo. So,
well, that's how much is the fine going to be?
Well, yeah, exactly. That's the one. I think that's the one that they're waiting for before they release the rest of the embargo to sign this Iranian player that's kind of waiting in the wings, waiting for him.
There you go, guys. Those of you that donated your 20 euros, hasn't gone to waste then. So,
Exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Sorry.
Yes. But yes, Gabriel is gone. Which means I now have to follow Zulte Waregem as well on top of everybody else, just so I can post whether or not he's in the first team.
DJ Khaled,
another one, exactly. Another thing that happened, Vrionidis spun the wheel for the Anorthosis game. What happened during the Anorthosis game, and on Wednesday night, he landed on a partial closure of the Rasibi when Abuel played Karmiotissa. So I thought that yesterday we were going to find out what was going to happen because of what happened with Nea Salamina, but there was nothing in his little post about it. So I'm guessing that's going to come probably Saturday or Sunday now, based off of how he normally timetables his responses. So, yes, good stuff.
By the way, I saw something briefly online about Sarfor possibly going to Kuwait.
I did see that as well. Yep.
Is there anything different being mentioned now? Or?
I've not seen anything other than apparently a Q80 team is interested in Sadfor, and he's kind of taken a back seat the last 2 or 3 games. So, and Satchar's come forward. To tell you the truth, I'd rather play Satchar because 1, he's not a sex criminal, and 2, he's a Cypriot. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Leave it floating there. I'll be the one that gets done for libel for calling him a sex criminal.
Well,
Hold on,
it's not really libel, though, is it?
I'm gonna sip.
Yes.
Yeah, but listen, I prefer Satchar as well. I don't know. I just prefer him. He seems to be more of I've seen Sadfor kind of when the game's not going well, he just seems to just down tools and just walk around the pitch. Especially, if there's a high press going on. I saw it a couple of times last season. Maybe, I don't know.
Mate,
See,
I
prefer Satchar.
Before AFCON, Dalcio was really stepping up, man.
As well, yeah.
Dalcio looked
exactly.
a completely different player.
And he's back now as well, I think.
Yeah, he arrived today,
it was,
I think, and they slapped him on the head in training.
Exactly, yeah. So
some have come back from money. He'll probably be
the same as before.
No, he'll be doing Kevin Hart impersonations and tributes.
But
Kevin Hart tributes.
With Sadfor, let him take a back seat. It's fine. It could also be, if they get enough money for him, then it'll help a bit more with the embargo and getting the other players actually paid. But yeah, that's probably what the midfield's going to end up being. Kostandinov, Dalcio, and Villafañez. Problem is, Kostandinov has got a big injury record, and so does Villafañez. So Sachas is going to be used a lot, I think.
Well, and it seems that they've resolved the issue with Sacha, which they had in the summer. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
Right. Anything else to report before we go into the woodshed?
Yes. So I could go to the second division there just for a quick sec.
Yes. Before, okay,
go on.
Oh, I messaged someone about that.
Okay.
If it's the same thing that we're going to talk about,
it probably is because it's about Beya.
Yes, I messaged someone about this and asked them what was going on, and their response was utter bullshit is going on.
Oh, okay.
A lot. No. As in, a lot of bullshit is going on.
Oh,
not
okay.
like it's not like it's not false. It's completely true, and it's worse than what is made out to be. Put it that way.
Yes. So it's the players' union announced that Beya's players were going to go on strike because they haven't been paid for at least the last 2 months. So Beya 2014 learning no lessons whatsoever from Abob Kinira's Beyas. You remember them? They even got into Europe at one point as well. Remember that? Yeah. What happened to them? Looks like they learned
the bubble popped.
Fuck all, right? They learned nothing. And the way it's looking, if the team folds, then the Cyprus FA are going to have the same problem as last season that they had with Algioroglinis. But this time, it's in the promotion group instead of the relegation group. It's embarrassing. They're supposed to be doing fit. What is it? The UEFA criteria rules on all these teams before the season starts.
You know what I'm going to say, don't you?
This is Cyprus, my man. is Cyprus.
No, not just that. Not just that. Do you remember when we were talking about the national team?
Yep.
Well, the many times. There was one time where we were talking about the pillars, you know?
Oh yeah, the Gavli. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
None of those have been adhered to. So, what are you explaining? What are you expecting? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way,
Yes.
there's one here. Morgan Brown's interview on Daily Mail. This is Mappa noteworthy. Well, listen, good luck to Morgan. I'm glad that he's getting the exposure. I think it's later than what it should be. He should have got it much sooner.
Exactly.
But we got him first.
And we should also congratulate him. He was captain tonight with Addis's win against Ethnigo, 2-1.
Yep.
Sacha Senior really had a problem with the referees. Not gonna mention that. But yeah, Morgan Brown was captain again.
Yep. Joining us through LinkedIn is a powerful tool, man. I don't care what anyone says. I was talking to Killian Sheridan about LinkedIn the other night, actually, and he uses it, and I said to him, mate, you need to utilize it because you can really do so much. But anyway, I digress. Speaking of Ari, by the way, I haven't told you this, and I'm just going to say it while we're live. There's a strong chance we'll be getting more interviews with players and staff at the club. So again, this is a club that's been very supportive of us and us to them. Don't get me wrong, but it just shows the level of marketing acumen the club has, that they're willing to give access to people that know about football, want to give them the exposure, and they one hand washes the other, both hands wash the face. So yeah, thank you, Ari.
Yeah. FC Krasava, you listening, FC Krasava? I want to get Haralambidis on here. I want to get Haralambidis.
Yeah, that's it.
I want him.
Apparently, Morgan Brown is eligible to represent Cyprus this year. Well, Philip, if you watch the interview that we did with Morgan Brown in the summer, he said he would play for Cyprus if he got his passport. But again, we got it first. What can I tell you? Anyway,
we break the news. We break the news. All right. Do we want to do the league table first, or do you want to leave that right at the end as a palette?
No. Let's do it while we're 57 minutes into the pod. Well, people are still watching. That's all right. So here's what it looks like. Thank you, Google. There's the league table. Avoil top of the league, 4 points clear. Anorthosis in third on 40 points. I can't believe Omonia are fourth, and we're only 2 points behind Adi. Like, what is going on? What is going on? This is weird.
It really is weird, isn't it?
Wild. Anyway.
It is wild. I mean, look what's even wilder, right? AEK are on the same points, yeah?
Yep.
So, and if you have a look, AEK are the only team in the league that haven't lost a game in 5.
Yeah. Very true.
Everybody else has lost at least one game in that.
Very, very true. And then you've got Buffalo in 6th. Apollon, 6 points behind them. And then you've got mid-table Salamina. Then you've got Roseland's Ael, who are in the Sud. Ethnigo, Garmiodisa, Othello, Aes, and Doxa. Saxa, like the salt. Morgan Gaffer, number 8. Well, shall I do it? Shall I bring it up?
Oh, bring it up.
Shall I bring if I can? How do I do it? On here?
But yes, I also agree with Scovar's second comment then. As an Apoel fan, I'm scared of Aris. Me too. I am really scared of Aris. They've basically bought a direct replacement for Babica in Semedo. And even though he only came off the bench in their last league game, he looks very impressive already. And they don't even need that Semedo because Montnor is setting fire to the place by himself anyway. Yep. He's running rings around most of the defenses in the league. Yep. So, if you're an Apoel or an Omonia or whoever, you just need to keep winning games to keep Aris in their second place hole.
I wonder if they're going to sign a striker in this window.
Do they need him? Hold
Never
on,
know.
let me check.
Oh no, because they got the lad from Belarus. What's his name? I forgot his name now.
The 19-year-old.
Yeah, he's a player.
Yeah.
He's a player.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me check my spreadsheet. Yeah. They
Anyway,
do
speaking
have.
of yeah, go on.
I was going to say they do have space for one more signing.
Looks. Speaking of Morgan Cafe, this is the Morgan Brown design we have. It's a T-shirt. So if you want the Morgan Brown T-shirt, let us know. We'll get it printed. Only €10. So yeah, there you go. That's our design.
Wait,
Morgan Brown.
hold on.
Loves it.
Pedro just said they have 4 now, right? Who did they sign?
I don't know. Oh, they signed the
someone while
Senegalese.
we've been
They
talking.
signed the Senegalese centre back.
Yeah. I've got
They signed that
Matisik,
Semedo.
Abubakar, Semedo. Who's the fourth one? Pedro.
Pedro is
who's
just
the
making
fourth
it
one?
up. Pedro is just making it up.
Yeah.
I mean, the position Stel mentioned. What, centre forward? They've got 4 centre forwards. They've got Gogorin.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've got the
Shumansky.
Yeah. Who else have they got centre forward?
Well, my umbrella's not.
Sal.
There you go. Put the next comment down.
Which one is it?
There you go.
Put that design on the billboards in Limassol. See? He knows.
Konstantin.
Keep his name out of your mouth. Keep his goddamn name out of your mouth. Who they got? They got Shumansky, Sawo, Gogorin, and Gomis, but he's not really a centre forward, is he?
Yeah, but my umbrella isn't one either. But anyway, right. We keep trying to avoid it, but we got to do it, haven't we? We got to do it.
Yeah.
We got to do it. We got to talk about it.
Right.
So
I'll give you the floor then. I'll give you the floor because
Yeah.
you've been frantically typing away. You're more in tuned with it than I am, to be honest, mate.
I mean, in tune. It's the notes are basically I just wrote down a rant to try and condense it so it's not like 3 hours long. But yeah, last night, for people who don't know, there was supposed to be a Cypriot Cup game between Apollon and AEL. Now, this was supposed to be the last game of this season, basically, for the top 2 divisions that were going to have away fans allowed. Now, here's the thing, right? Apollon AEL games, just in the time that we've been doing this podcast, has a history. You know, we had the last game at the Tyrion, for instance, where they set fire to the place, started chucking concrete down onto the pitch. Then you had the cup game last season where the fans were playing chair tennis with each other at half time. Last game, there wasn't that much trouble. Although saying that, I did get somebody sent me a video of Apollon fans away Apollon fans firing a flare at the same kind of location that AEL fans had fired a flare last night.
Right.
In the last game.
Okay.
But I'm jumping about a little bit. Anyway, the start of the game was delayed at first due to some trouble in the stands. Mostly AEL fans had a shitload of flares, and then there was quite a few flares that were fired off in all directions of the stadium. A couple of these went into some areas where families were located, And following this, there was a pitch invasion on both ends, where basically fans had run onto the pitch to cause some trouble. As you can see from the video, it's mostly IL fans, but from what I gather from people at the ground, there was also some stuff that was happening on the Apollon end as well. Now, there was a lot of trouble before the game as well. Even, I think Bedros has mentioned it there, that's over the last few weeks. I think you reported it on it as well on the This Is Mappa account, that there was some fans had attacked a gravestone.
Yep.
Because somebody had stolen something. I don't know.
Well, as far as I'm aware, there's a post on social media by the mother of a deceased Apollon fan saying that her son's grave had been defaced. They broke the door of this it's part of the grave, and it had a motorcycle helmet in it, which I'm assuming was the lad's, and it was thrown out. The door was broken, and they left a sign in there which read, what was the name of it now? It was the name of
El Fuerte.
Yeah, something like that, which was a mascot of IL's, which one of their ultras used to take around with him, I think. And apparently that was stolen by some Apollon fans. Apparently. I don't know the full story. I mean, Bedro is saying that, you can tell us the whole story. If you want, bro, you can. It's up to you. But, no, not a mascot. Well, what is it? What is it? Not a mascot as in like a kid or what was it? Was it a bullock car? What do you call it? Teddy or something like that? I don't know. What is it? I don't know.
But anyway, that's by the by. This is all build up to the trouble that happened to the game. Happened during the game. I mean, even before the game, there was a crap load of trouble. There's videos of water cannon being fired at fans. There's reports of firecrackers and rockets and stuff being thrown at people outside the stadium, and then people got into the stadium, and stuff went on. So we saw there crap load of flares, pitch invasion. I'm just going to say absolute pricks. Just the whole lot of them. You'd say like it's 10, 15 people. It's not 10, 15 people. This kind of stuff is organized. It's organized. It's not just 10, 15 people. It's enough people to be able to cause this kind of mayhem at a match. It. But yeah. Ruslan's dropped some comments in there.
Yeah, let's have a look. My Greek isn't good, but De Fuerte was a kind of doll that a mentally ill fan of IL has made. Okay, so again, it was kind of a, I don't know. Pedro's here. Where is he? Shall I bring you on there, Pedro?
Hello, guys.
Hola.
So basically, it's a long story that's been going on and on and on. What it has to do with De Fuerte is a doll that was hand carved by an AL fan, which has had a very troubled life. Let's put it that way. And that doll is basically in memory of someone, and it's a doll that has a season ticket printed out in its name with its photo, It's a doll that's been taken into the stadium, sitting on the chairs with the fans. He even buys food for the doll and things like that. And the doll was stolen from his car at some point by Apollon fans. And I know that even the person that is the owner of the doll reached out to Gizis himself, asking him to please intervene, just get the doll back to me. I know that Gizis interfered with the organized fans of Apollon to return the doll, and they have no idea who has the doll. They have no idea who took the doll, and that has created problems. Obviously, when I say it's about a troubled young man that went through a lot in his life, I think I don't need to elaborate more on that. I think you get the meaning. And the situation has gone out of hand. I have personally spoken with a person that is in the not a simple
in the organized fans.
Not just an organized fan, a bit higher than that. You know what I mean? And he told me that really things have lost total control. Situation has gone completely out of control. It cannot be controlled. And even the fans themselves, the organized fans, they don't listen to them anymore. So if someone that has power in the organized fans says that they cannot control the situation, it can only get worse.
Pedro, but all of this didn't start because that the doll was taken away. It's been going on for longer.
It's been going on for long, but that was something that has kicked it a level higher.
When did it happen? Do you know?
A few months ago.
Yeah, because I remember last season the derby in the Cypriot didn't go ahead because it was all kicking off in the Cypriot, and obviously part of it was set on fire and everything, and then they cancelled the game. Neither team got points, and then in the cup game at the Alfa Mega, that's when, as Thassos said, they were playing chair tennis. So obviously it may have happened between that time, I'm guessing, or after.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know exact dates, but I know that it's been a while back. And since then, tensions have been mounting and mounting and mounting. I mean, imagine yesterday, not just what happened at the stadium, but we hear about a car being set on fire with people in it and the people escaping, which is something that Omonia fans already went through from Aboal fans at the Recipe a few years back, and it was dreadful. So, I mean, last night you saw the message that I have sent to Chris that we have and lives in Limassol, and I told him, listen, Chris, don't get out of the house tonight. Stay home. I was really, when I was listening to what was going on in Limassol, I was thinking, we're going to lose someone tonight. There's no way that everyone is going to go home. It was a really scary situation last night.
The thing is, Pedro, I don't like touching on old news, but I remember going to Cyprus as a kid, and my uncle used to say to me, don't go down Gado Lemeso because of all of the bombes that go off. And I didn't really think nothing of it, but there was a lot of gang-related issues at the time. But this is a completely different level because this is a football thing, which is literally week in, week out. It's crazy.
Yes. And I mean, imagine they live in the same city. They meet each other every day. And when I say what you guys know, it's the tip of the iceberg on what's been going on. I've heard rumors. I'm not going to say a lot, but it's a weekly. There are weekly situations happening.
Yeah. No, I've heard this as well.
I don't want to expand on it, but I'm just going to say there are things happening on, you could say, on a daily basis, more or less. Of course, it's not on a daily basis and it's not on a huge scale, but bad things are going on, and this is not good.
Well, Pedro, I'm going to bring up this image, right? And this speaks volumes. You know, they say a picture tells a thousand words. And you have a flare launched at the Apollon fans, and the look on that child's face, it's, for crying out loud, it's a kid, is it going to come to a point where someone has to die for something to change in Cypriot football? Because we've seen in Greece what they're doing. Fans are banned from stadiums. Is this what we're going to have to do? Go back to the COVID era when no one was allowed to go to games?
And unfortunately, the situation as it is now, from Greece, we're taking every fucking wrong example they can possibly provide to Cyprus. We go along with it, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. Second, me personally, I think that's an only way for the year to finish in some relative calmness. Basically, to close off the stadiums for everyone, like COVID, because it's unfair. What's going on now is unfair to all the healthy thinking fans of any football team in Cyprus. They are the normal thinking IL fan, Apollon fan, Omonia, Abuel, Salamina, Rostosi, Othello. I mean, Othello's. What are Othello's fans are going to say? They're not allowed to go and support the team in away games. What would that Othello fan go and create in an away game? Kabul, or the Doxa fans, or the Ethnikos fans, those 30, 40 people that want to go and enjoy the Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon with the grandkids in the stands to watch a football game.
Yeah,
I think also the other thing there, Pedro, as we've seen over the last couple of weeks, especially like, for example, Omonia Kosenya, when they showed up at the Gazibi to erect a big screen to watch the game.
Outside the Gazibi.
Outside, yeah. What's to stop these ultras? If you turn around and say you're not allowed in the stadium or you're not allowed anywhere near or whatever, what's to stop them from turning up at the Alpha Mega and smashing the doors in?
Nothing. Nothing at all. And I mean, at the end of the day, when they were outside the Gazibi, they were in public property. They were not influencing anything.
But so here's the thing: I can already see what's going to happen, because there's teams like Olympiacos in the second division and Omonia Kosenya that are saying, let's meet at the Sindesmo, let's do a pre-game at the Sindesmo and watch the game, even if there's no TV broadcast of the game. Let's go pre-game at the Sindesmo. I think Omonia Kosenya supposed to be playing Beja, right? So
yes.
Omonia Kosenya fans are going to travel to the Sindesmo in Bafo to do a pre-game, and then where are they going to go? What are they going to do after that?
And when we're talking about Omonia 29, we're talking about a minimum of 1,000. Minimum away.
Yeah.
We're not talking about chicken feed here.
Yeah, exactly. So, but if we go back to what happened last night, if we go back to that.
Sorry to block you off. Can I say something about last night? Just for 5 minutes, and I'm going to leave in you guys.
No. Do the thing. This is your chance. So go for it.
Basically, what happened last night is a disgrace. I am personally overwhelmed with disgust about the fact that both teams with their presidents went out on the pitch after the game was cancelled, clapping at their fans, because this is like an endorsement for violence, as far as I am concerned. What are you clapping about? You're clapping to that 5,000-6,000 people that are in the stands. Thank you very much. You've been fucked by 20 people, and now you have to go home. What are they trying to do? It's reckless. It's reckless from the management of both teams to take out the teams clapping to their fans. It's a disgrace, first of all. That's part number one.
Yeah.
Part number two. Ignonia, they have to understand the society, yeah. The society must understand that by saying you're not going to be having fans today, or for 2 games or for 3 games, is not going to solve any problem whatsoever. As far as I see it, because even if you don't allow the transportation of funds or whatever, the organized fans, they're going to speak with the management, they're going to get some tickets in, they're going to get some endorsements, they're going to lose a bit of money, but they're not going to lose face. And the management of the teams, they're going to be like on top. We're just trying to our best and whatever. No, this is not acceptable. I believe that the only way to come to a final solution to this situation is not the closing of the stands, not banning the fans from going to the stadium, but tell the teams a game gets interrupted. First interruption, 6 points out. Second interruption, 9 points out. From the moment that points are going to be deducted from your position on the table, then the management of the teams are going to start to get worried. And they're going to speak to their organized fans. Guys, we can't have it. We can't have a fight, because if you guys fight, we're going to lose 6 points and we're going to be relegated. Or we're not going to get a European seat, where they're going to get all the money, the real money anyway. The real money. That's the only way to control things. Push the management of the clubs where it hurts. Stop giving the organized fans 300 and 400 free tickets to get them in the stadiums, when you have other fans that want to go and watch the game in peace.
Pedro, I talked to Hal on BFBS radio about Cypriot football, and we recorded a segment this morning about what happened last night. And I ended it by saying the word that we need to focus on is accountability. And no one holds themselves accountable for anything. Let's get it right. You have the fans that have a responsibility. They don't care. Then you look at the club. Clearly, they don't care because they're not doing anything about it. So what they pass the buck to the police. And the police say, well, there's nothing we can do about it because we're understaffed or we're underfunded and the clubs ain't doing enough to help. It's down to the fans. And you're going around in circles. Meanwhile, you've got GOP, the Cypriot FA,
No.
are sitting there.
You're getting some things wrong.
Am I?
Some things wrong. Yes.
Am I?
Because last night's decision to not play the game was not by the police.
No, Pedro.
Right.
Pedro.
Okay.
So the police recommended to the referee to not play the game because they could not guarantee the security of the referee or the players. That was the statement from the head of the police. It was not their decision to cancel their game. It was the referee's decision to cancel the game. That's what they said. So in essence, the police grabbed the responsibility and threw it to the next person.
Guys, I'm sorry, but I think you missed a few episodes today. The decision for the game not to be played was political. The
decision was originally. They said that they weren't going to play the game because the order came down from
the president.
From the
president, yes.
Exactly. From the president, don't play the game, right?
Yes.
But that wasn't relayed to the referee.
No, it was not.
It was not relayed to the referee.
It was not. Yes, it was not. The order came to the police, and the police informed the referee that, you know what, we are not going to offer any protection.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
But the police said that it was not up to them to cancel the game. It was the referee's decision to cancel the game.
Well, all that came on a different note today that I was listening to the radio, that it was a political decision that was
Correct.
stated that it was stated by the police that the order came from above. After the things settled down and the teams came out to play, the second call came through that it was a political decision for the game not to go through.
Correct. But the police did not say that to the referee. The police
I don't know about
recommended it said because it says in the referee's report, and the police themselves said that they recommended for the game to not go ahead to the referee, rather than say that we've had orders for the game to not take place. They said to the referee they recommended for the game to not go ahead. So the referee said, okay, we need to cancel the game. And then afterwards, the police were like, it's got nothing. We did, we recommended. It was our recommendation. We didn't tell them to cancel the game. They basically washed their hands of the situation. They washed their hands of the situation and walked off. I want to say something about the police, right? Because they've got this big...
Can I say one more thing and then I'm going to go?
Yeah, please do.
I heard today Mr. Elinas from Apollon talking on the radio, and he was saying, if we don't want them to win, the game must be played again, and it must be with fans also. Not only for the game to be played again, but to be played with fans. And I was thinking to myself, fuck you, motherfucker. Already last night, you had more than 400 policemen around that area. Policemen that got paid by every civilian of the Republic of Cyprus to be there. And they left there, but they got paid because they were there on the job. And now you fucked everything up. You're probably going to fuck everything up for the rest of the teams of the league. And you want to have the game again. And not just that, you want to have the game again with fans. And you want to have police coming again and pay them again. Fuck you. You pay them. You want the game to be played again? Okay, since we want the game to be played again, Apollon and IL are going to pay the salaries of the police officers that are going to be needed to be present in the area, since the people of the Republic of Cyprus already paid for them last week.
Yep.
Fuck you.
No. Listen, you're completely correct. You're completely correct. There's a lot of people that have got no interest whatsoever in Apollon and IL who have paid for that game and paid for this trouble and paid for that little girl to be scared out of her life and paid for all that crap that went on. And not only have they paid, right, but they paid for a shit service, right? Because you had the chief of police getting on and saying, yeah, the Alpha Mera's got lots of nooks and crannies and places to hide stuff, and people are going in before the games, people that work for the stadium or for the teams, and are hiding stuff in corners for fans to go find afterwards. That's why they had all the flares and all the no. Red dickhead, if you know this is happening, right? If you know this is happening, don't you go before the game, 2-3 hours before the game, with your dogs, with your police officers, without any fans about, and you do your search and you go, oh, look what we found. We found this, we found this, we found this, we found this, we found this. You stick it online. Look at all this shit we found. Guys, look at all this shit we found. Yeah? Time to get some fines, bans, time to get some points deductions. Yeah? And criminal investigations. Because it's not just that they know that this is going on. It's the fact that they're not looking for this shit. They're going.
The worst thing about it is that IL fans knew that this was going to happen yesterday. Apollon fans knew that this was going to happen yesterday. How the fuck the police didn't know this was going to happen?
No, they did know, though. That's the point.
Exactly, I'm saying it in brackets.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. I'm not getting sarcasm, but yeah.
Gents, can I just ask you guys something? If, let's say, the United States, right? Let's say, for example, something happened at an NFL game, and Biden picks up the phone and he orders the game to be cancelled because of crowd trouble, they'd call that a state of emergency, wouldn't they?
First of all, Stel, this would never happen, because if
No.
you have ever watched any American watching a reaction video about football fans in Europe and whatever, they say, flares? What is that? We would never dare to do that.
I know, but
if we land on a flare in the stadium, we're going to go to prison for 5 years.
I'm trying to create some context here, in the sense that if the president of a country, an island, has to pick up the phone and order a game to be cancelled because of crowd trouble, then it's a state of emergency. It is practically a civil bloody war.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and for it to be Cyprus as well. And here's the other thing, which, you know, again, I was talking to Hal about this. You're talking about people that live in the same city that might be even related to each other.
Exactly.
That poor little girl that has been scarred for life, that will probably never go to a football game again because of what happened. Her mum and dad will probably never go to a football game again, right? They might be related to someone that knows someone that threw the flare. So it's such a small island, and everyone knows each other in one way, shape, or form. Do they not think of the human element of this?
No,
I don't understand. I don't understand what these people get out of it. I'm not just singling out the IL fans. I'm talking about ultras in general in Cyprus. It don't make any sense to me, because you all know each other in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and it's not just that, Stel, right? Because the throwing of that flare, the distance it went, somebody needed a gun to shoot that. So somebody, at least one person, was in there with a gun.
Flare
gun. A flare gun, but a gun.
Yeah, they have on a boat, like Bedra has when he goes fishing.
Yeah. But with the police as well saying that, you know, they hide this stuff in places, and you know, and we can't find them. What's to say some fucking Al Qaeda, you know, whatever twat decides to come along and looks at something and goes, where would be a good place to do what I want to do? They don't look over there. Let me put something in there and cause some trouble.
Mm.
You know, it's so. I'm gonna do overview, right? Fans are at fault. Clubs are at fault. Police is at fault. The Cyprus FA is at fault. The fucking government is at fault. Everybody. Nobody's learned a fucking thing. Here's the other thing as well, right? Fan cards.
Failure.
Yeah? Absolute failure.
Can I interrupt 2 seconds? Right?
Yeah.
And Spiro might not like this, but I also think PASP have got a responsibility, right? Because they said if this stuff continues, they're going on strike.
Yeah.
They haven't gone on strike. And it's been,
not.
3 weeks?
Well,
no, it's from last week.
So the strike was after the Now Salamin Arboil game. That's what they threatened.
No, I thought it was after the Anorthosi game against Arboil, where they mentioned it. They mentioned that they would do it.
It was after the decision came after the Salamina game.
Yeah.
Salamina
so when they had the meeting with the Cyprus FA. So in theory, here it is. You've got flares, you've got pitch invasions, you've got all kinds of shit going on in the ground. And you're right. The players' union right now should be going, nothing's happened. Therefore, you need to go on strike.
Well, there's a comment here, and this is what I said the other week. You got 100 hooligans showing up, and you got a 60-year-old woman at the turnstiles checking the fan cards. What chance has she got? What chance?
To be fair, the Alfa Mera has not got 60-year-old ladies doing that. But
okay, well, 50-year-old men.
Even the RCP has 40, 50-year-old women at the entrance checking your fan cards and shit like that.
Yeah. But the people that are doing those checks, even if they're like, even whoever it is that's doing those checks, right? They've got these things where you've got to scan the card, then you've got to scan your ticket, right? People are photoshopping those cards, photoshopping those tickets. They're talking about IL fans having 1,000 tickets to that game. I can tell you for a fact that there was more than 1,000 IL fans there.
Definitely.
I can tell you that for a fact there was more than 1,000 IL fans in that game. Because everybody uses the same tickets, the same fan cards. I'll use an example, right? I didn't have a fan card when I went to the Apollon Abuel game, right? Somebody photoshopped me one. I was able to get in.
Naughty, incriminating.
There you go. I'll say it right there, right? And when we went in, there was maybe like at the same time, or there was like maybe 50 people. It wasn't even the organized fans. It was people like me, right? And they maybe scanned 3 people's fan IDs. And I was one of them, and I got through. The stadiums need to work like airports. Stadiums need to work like airports.
You say that, but have you seen these biometric things that they use at the airports as well? They're not entirely great.
No.
But there is a solution. Obviously, we don't have all the answers, right? That's our football factory. Yeah, he's a hoolie.
Yeah,
he's a hoolie. But I don't know. There is a solution, but everyone needs to be singing from the same song sheet. And unfortunately, right now, unfortunately, it's just pointing the finger and passing the buck. You know, the other thing that we also need to consider, right, is, and again, this is me talking about the commercial side of things. You have so many investors in Cyprus with their own businesses, you know, whether it be Russians or Ukrainians, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is these days, okay? If they're looking to invest in football, they're going to see all of this nonsense that's happening, and they're going to say, I don't want anything to do with it. Mm-hmm. I don't want anything to do with it. So not only are these fans hurting themselves, not literally, but quite literally as well, to be fair, they're hurting their club, and it's just messing everything up. And then they're complaining that, our teams aren't signing players, our teams aren't competing for titles. Well, when you act like idiots, who's going to want to join your club? Because footballers talk, yeah? And most of those players that were on that pitch were foreign. So they're going to be talking to their friends in various countries, and they're going to say, yeah, Cyprus is a beautiful island, all the superlatives about the culture and the lifestyle. But then when it comes to football, they're going to say, well, I can go to the beach, but then I'm too scared to kick a ball about in case a flare hits me on the head. I mean, come on.
To be fair to Valbuena, he was screaming at people as to why the game wasn't still going ahead. Like, if you watch the footage,
Valbuena's he played for Marseille. He's, you got to be a bit loopy to play for that club, to be honest. But wasn't he in Russia as well? I'm sure, maybe.
But yeah, it's the whole point is every single party that's like. Every single party involved in this situation is wrong. Yeah. Every single party. It's like, the 2 Spider-Man memes where they're doing this. Yeah, they're all like that, and it's all their fault. Everybody, every single person. It's a shit show.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to stick my neck out on this one. I think it's going to come to the point where they're going to suspend all football in Cyprus. I think it's going to come to that point. They're going to suspend every game, everything.
I think the worst that they're going to do, Stel, is do it without fans, both home and away.
Yeah.
COVID games.
COVID, yeah. But even still, it's not going to stop the ultras from turning up.
They won't. They won't.
There'll be trouble at the Sindesma.
Yeah. But But for me, the most disgraceful thing last night was looking at the presidents of the clubs taking the teams on the pitch to clap their fans. That was a disgrace. That was a disgrace for me.
Yep.
What do you think this is something that, because we've seen it in other nations where when a team loses, they'll go to the ultras and the ultras will just shout at them and they'll take it. Do you think it was that kind of thing as well?
Sorry, still repeat that.
Well, because sometimes you've seen in other leagues, for example, I don't know, AS Roma. Yeah, Roma. They'll lose a game badly and then they'll have to go to the ultras at full time and just take every bit of abuse because there's that, we need to respect the ultras. Do you think what they did last night was a similar sort of situation in the sense that we have to go and acknowledge them?
No, that was what happened before they sacked Koskela last weekend.
Right, okay.
That was that. And they had the guy with the megaphone going on about the cup match. But yeah, it's
what do you? I told you what I think the only solution would be. What do you guys think would be a solution? For me, it's deduct like now for let's say for the specific game. I would say both teams are eliminated, and the draw next round. One team is going to pass like a single team, like it was for the first round.
Pedro, I'll be honest with you. The only way, and this is the case with every team in the world, not just in Cyprus, we're talking Premier League, etc. The only way you're going to make a difference is if you hit the money men in the pockets. Okay? When you turn around and you say...
points.
No. When you turn around and say... I'll give you an example. If they turn around and say PASP, turn around and say, all of our players are going on strike. Well, with no players, it means there's no football. No football means no TV money, no money coming in from the turnstiles, nothing from the merchandising. Players are being paid even though they're not playing football. So the wage bill is going to be there despite them not playing. Yeah. That's the only way you're going to do it. The sponsors are going to be pissed off because they're pumping money into the stadiums so that they can have their billboards showing on the television, but that's not happening. Everything there goes to shit. The CFA don't make any money from it. The execs don't get to turn up in their lovely little private boxes and shake hands with the players and take selfies and that kind of stuff. It affects everyone. If they turn around and say, we're not playing, that's it. It screws everything. And if they turn around and say, we're not playing because we're scared for our lives, that's when UEFA are going to turn up and say, right, sort it out. And Seferin, by the way, Thassos, I don't know if you know this, but Boban resigned from UEFA today. Boban resigned because they're changing rules so that Seferin can be there till 2031, but that's another story, right? Fact. If UEFA turn up and Seferin says to his mate Kumar, come on, you need to fix up. Of course he's going to fix up. But he's only going to fix up if it's hurting him financially. And if the players are turning around saying, I don't feel safe playing here, then you've got labour laws, EU labour laws, where they can break their contracts.
Yeah.
Will the players actually do that, though? So, well, it's not down to one or two players, bro. It's down to everyone. It has to be all of them. And I'll tell you what, yeah, but I'll tell you what, the way that things are right now, it wouldn't surprise me if most of them say no. There's probably going to be some players that don't want to do it because they've received messages from certain people. They've been ordered to play well, but I'm not going to get into that, allegedly. But still...
I was going to mention this other thing, right? In the stuff that the players' union originally put out, which included for them to go on strike if anything else happens in a football stadium, their proposals wasn't to ban away fans. It was for away fans to be declared 24. The names and addresses and information of away fans to be declared to the Cyprus FA and to the police authorities 24 hours before the match starts, right? The players' union had less. What's the word? They were less drastic with the away fan change than what the Cyprus FA have proposed in the end. But it's not just the players they need, like Pedro was saying, and I've been saying since we started this podcast and we started seeing the fan trouble, points deductions. Start hitting them in the balls with a baseball bat. Points deductions. 3, 6, 9, 12. If you go to 5 events, say during the season, relegation, bam, like that. Just
the thing is, I agree, but at the same time, you've seen how people react for certain things, and you will hear, well, that happened 10 years ago and they only got that punishment, whereas we're doing this now and we're getting this now.
Yeah, but the rules have changed.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. And I agree with you. The rules have changed and football has changed. But unfortunately, mentalities don't change. And this is why we're in this situation right now.
Yep. No, completely.
Everyone's complicit. Everyone's complicit because they've allowed this culture to creep into the game. They've allowed it. They've turned a blind eye to it with the mentality that, well, this is Cyprus. People are going to snap out of it. Let them get it out of their system. Like what the police used to do back in the day when they had the bombers going off in Limassol. Oh, just let the gangsters kill each other. We won't deal with it. Fine. Mm-hmm. That's what you want to do. Fine. But the fact is, as we saw yesterday, a little girl, no older than 8, I'd say, was fearing for her life at a football game. A football game. Yeah? Not a war, a football game.
Still,
and this, ladies and gentlemen, is unacceptable at any kind of level you can think of.
Go on, Pedro. What were you going to say?
I have a group of friends in Limassol that they're both mixed IL and Apollon fans. And they're good friends. I mean, they go out together, they drink, they're friends. And I was asking them a couple of weeks ago if I could go with them to a game. And they told me, well, we don't go to any IL or Apollon games anymore. I go, what are you guys talking about? And said, yeah, because we took the kids and they got scared from all the flares and all the crackers and all that. So we just take them together and we go and watch Aris. We take the kids to watch an Aris game. IL and Apollon fans are taking the kids and they go together to watch an Aris game. There you go.
And this is what I was saying before about the fans are hurting their own team because the younger generation don't want to do that. The parents that have got the disposable income that are able to spend an extra 40, 50, 60 euros to take their children, they would rather go to a club where there's never any trouble. They know that it's going to be family friendly. And that is how the club in years to come are going to get those supporters because they've always had that safety element there.
Yep. Well, I mean, there's something I haven't thrown onto the fire as well.
God. Go on.
Is the conspiracy theories that were flying around?
Oh, for crying out loud! All right, I'm gonna put myself on mute. I'm gonna sit.
Do you know about this, Pedro?
Tell me, I might. I don't know what conspiracy you have in mind. There's so many.
I've seen last night. I did a cursory search without joining any IL or Apollon fan groups on Facebook. So I just did a search and just looked through posts, and there were so many posts on Facebook about people saying that this whole thing was a false flag event perpetrated by Apoel fans to make sure that their club can get through to the next round of the cup at the expense of the two Limassol teams. Yeah?
Okay, I didn't hear this conspiracy theory.
Not Apollon or AL fans. This is actually organized by Petridis. For Organomenos of Abuel to go to the game, to cause trouble, to get the two teams from Limassol kicked out of the cup, so that then Abuel could stay in the cup. Yeah?
Who guarantees that Abuel is going to stay in the cup on the 31st?
Who fucking knows? But it goes back to this whole thing. It's like, it's not our fault. It's their fault. It's not their fault. It's your fault. It's not my fault. It's your fault. It's everybody's fault but mine. I'm the only one here that knows what's going on. Everybody else, fuck you. Fuck you, everybody else. And everybody's just standing around doing this. Everybody. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. In the notes I've put, it's everyone's fault but mine. I didn't do anything. It's not my fault. It's everybody else. And everybody's doing it, whether it's the fans, it's the clubs, it's the broedros, it's the police, it's the president. Everybody, man. Everybody. Like, fuck all of you guys. Everyone.
How about the conspiracy that this was a setup from the government?
Police and the government? Yeah, heard that as well.
Because they want to ban fans from games altogether.
Yep, that's the other one, of course.
It's a little bit more valid, to be honest, than yours.
No, you're right. But I saw so many of that post on Facebook last night. I was looking at it and going, what the fuck is this? The other thing, right, there was an AL fan group that was posting pictures of the trouble happening and being like, look at us, we're great. What was it? What was it? It was saying something like,
it was like a religious war or something like that.
AL Thriskiandromokratia.
It's the motto.
Yeah. AL religion terrorism.
Yeah, that's their motto. It's always been their motto.
Yeah, but fuck me, man. Jesus Christ.
That's nothing new. That's nothing new.
Man, I'm not. Just do we have like a meme story to finish with, or did I use them all up?
So don't you have any Egyptian stories?
Egyptian stories? Why would we have any Egyptian stories? This isn't AFCON. AFCON is going on.
There's only one Egyptian story that.
This one. Sorry. We haven't heard anything from him in a while. So
it was a nice pun, though, from me. You must admit, it was a nice pun.
Yeah. Yep. You know what? It's his fault. It's his fault. He did it.
Because
he did it exactly.
Time for Apollon again.
Oh God!
But yeah, there you go.
There is a North Sea.
Oh yeah. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God! Do you know what? I'm just gonna say this, right? As fucking, deplorable as the guy is, I could just imagine him being the guy to go wearing the Apollon shirt as an Apollon player, going to the IL fans and say, "Please stop." I can imagine him just doing it. He's just that batshit crazy. Like, he's the kind of person that he would do it. Then he said, then I got past the nomadasas. Oh God. Anyway.
3-5-2.
I want to see Thassos, Pedro, and Stel in a 3-5-2 formation. Or, bro, I can head the ball better than Militic. So I'm just saying. I got power not to see Habibi. This guy's my new best friend. I love it. Anyway, have we got anything else? We've done almost 2 hours. My goodness.
Yeah, man. I wanted to front load this so we could get all the jokes at the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
somebody's asking something.
Regarding what Thassos said earlier about the police chief saying that Alpha Mega has nooks and crannies. Yeah.
Yeah.
40 million. 40 million. Plus 30,000 to replace the chest after the first week.
Yeah, but at least Gourmet and Seferin had a little day with the kids at the stadium. At least they had that.
No. Here's right. Here we go.
Here we
I'm
go.
I'm gonna try not to go. I'm gonna try not to go off for another hour. But the day before the match, here's a thing. Here's a thing that we missed off. The day before the match. Hold on. What's going on? What's going on? If you read on it, it says we can't be there for the whole week to supervise. Yeah, just emphasize how stupid it is they don't search the stadium 2-3 hours before the match. There you go. But yeah, Guma, right, and the Cyprus FA released a video on Instagram the day before when they had the whole meeting of, here's the thing about referees, coaches, and presidents of the associations of the first division, and you had people like Ran Ben Shimon and Pablo Machin who've got no idea. They've got no idea about Greek, and then you've got Guma being like, right. And then there's like a little montage of Guma cutting up a Vasilobita. Yeah.
It's to bless the stadium, right?
Wait. And the best thing is, you've got Pedridi, right? You've got Pedridi in the montage, and he's there. He's looking for the florin. Like, Abuel's in trouble. He's trying to get the florin out of the Vasilobita.
Oh my god. Was it on the CFA Instagram?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god. When was this?
This was like 2 days ago. It was
for the app, the CFA app.
No. It was. Hold on.
Was it a story or was it a post?
No, it was a post. It's a post. But yeah, it's like.
Oh my god! I found it.
We found it.
Oh my god!
This fucking turtle head. Go on.
Put it. Here we go. This one here.
There you go.
There you go. He's blessing the game.
Oh my god.
The game is blessed now. There you go.
The year is blessed, yes?
Yeah. The game is blessed for a year.
Oh my god.
You'll see. Look, Petridi's looking for the floor. He's actually going.
Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when like you see a Greek school production, on YouTube, like your kids' YouTube Greek school. Oh my god, this is gold.
Yeah, and there you go. Sandy got it, I think.
Sandy got it. Okay, they're in trouble also. So he needs it for the piggy bank. He needs it for the piggy bank.
Unbelievable, right? It's like this whole thing again. This obviously happened before the game. What is the type of guy to eat the floor? But yeah, he's there being like, get it, Master Olimazi.
God, you sound like that parody of the Star Wars. Give you a there.
Yeah, have you heard him speak? Have you actually heard him speak? He
Yes,
sounds like that.
Music lesson.
Some of the heart, some of the worm. Kuma's the worm.
But yeah, Theodoros got a very good question there.
Was that your impression of Stephen Hawking or Epstein's Island? I'm sorry. This has descended into a farce.
No,
this is meant to be a sad episode.
Yes, yeah. No, but I wanted to finish it off, obviously, on something light-hearted to kind of cleanse the palate. You know, it's like a lemon sorbet after a massive load of Glyftigor. Yeah?
It's more like a lemon sorbet with chili flakes on top, though, man.
Oh sorry, for people who are listening, I have to read this. Is Wada is definitely on the Epstein list.
Hashtag me too.
But yeah, if I don't recommend anybody listening to the guy talk, but that is how he talks. That's how he sounds when he talks. It's like he's just like, you know how Sean Dyche has eaten a whole drive, like a whole gravel drive.
Yes.
Yeah, Gourmet has like maybe 3 stones in there. That's all it is. So it's
before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like my mate Fosh. You don't know whether he's happy or sad with the same voice.
Is that it's fucking his speech as well? It's like, we're all united.
No.
We didn't want to ban the fans, but we didn't want to ban the away fans. But you know, we're all united. We're all united. Are we united? Are we united? Seems like we're more City.
United
Not even
stand by
that.
the default.
See what I
Not
did
even that. Not even that. Because Man United fight with City fans, so
not anymore, mate.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
But yeah, it's what are you gonna do? Do you want to do plugs so we can get out of here?
Yeah. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Pedro, for jumping on. We're on Twitter or X, should I say, at This Is Mappa. We've got an Instagram account at This Is Mappa. Thassos is on at Flares Cafes. My Instagram is there. Sorry. Still getting used to it. Don't forget to visit foodfromcyprus.com. Use the discount code NCN12 for 12% discount. We also have the website. Thasso, I'll let you do that one.
Oh, yes, we have a website. We've got some articles on there. I'm pretty sure we're going to have something on cafesflares.com about this. Probably not. I don't want to get my house burned down, but we'll see. But yeah, I put up a new post. If you go on the Twitters there, I've got a little link to the new post. It's about managers who have spent a very small amount of time in their jobs, and some of the results are surprising.
Well, we're working on trying to get the one that was at Doxa for like 4 days. We're trying to get that one on at the moment.
Oh yeah, I mean he's on the list. He's not even number 1.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, he's number 2.
Oh, it's interesting. I need to see who's at number 1.
Yes. Yes.
There we go. Lovely
Stuff.
Thank you, boys and girls. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week, hopefully with nicer things to report, football related stuff. So until next time, I did.